Imagine your iPhone Siri was secretly listening to your private chats. What if Apple paid you for it? Apple just agreed to a $95 million settlement over a Siri privacy lawsuit. You could be eligible for cash back. If you've ever used Siri on an iPhone, iPad, Mac, or HomePod, this video breaks down the timeline of events, privacy issues, and exactly how to claim your share. Stay tuned as we unpack the history, key arguments, and the step-by-step process to file your claim in the Apple Siri lawsuit settlement. Siri and Privacy. Apple introduced Siri in 2011 as a voice assistant engineered with privacy in mind. Apple.com. However, the story took a turn in 2019 when a program was exposed that sent Siri recordings to contractors for grading. Apple immediately apologized and suspended human grading of Siri after user complaints. Apple insisted that Siri has always protected privacy, claiming it never sells voice data or uses it for advertising. Despite this, a class action lawsuit Lopez v. Apple was filed around that time, alleging Siri had been recording users without consent, even when the wake word "Hey Siri" wasn't spoken. 2019. Apple admits contractors listened to Siri recordings and suspends the program shortly after. Lopez v. Apple is filed, accusing Siri of eavesdropping on private conversations. Some even say the recordings were used by advertisers. 2019 to 2024, the lawsuit moves through the courts. Apple maintains its stance that Siri was designed for privacy, stating Siri data has never been used to build marketing profiles. December 31, 2024, Apple and plaintiffs file a preliminary settlement agreement. Apple agrees to pay $95 million to resolve the class action. Apple still denies any wrongdoing, calling settlement a way to avoid further litigation. Jan 2025, news of the settlement breaks. Axios and Wired report that eligible users have 8 weeks to claim their share of up to $20 per device. July 2, 2025, claim deadline. All eligible users must submit their claim form by this date. 1, 2025, court hearing. A federal judge will review the settlement. If approved, payouts will be processed after this privacy controversy. What was revealed? The lawsuit alleges that Siri occasionally woke up and intentionally and recorded parts of users' conversations. According to reports, some of those recordings ended up being sent to third-party contractors, who could hear extremely private details, from medical discussions to personal secrets. The complaint even claims some users saw targeted ads after such incidents. For example, getting an ad about hearing aids after discussing hearing loss. Privacy experts say the case highlights how voice assistants handle data. Apple points out Siri does most processing on device and uses anonymous IDs for queries, qualifies and payout details. Here's who is in the settlement class. If you owned or purchased an Apple device with Siri-enabled between September 17, 2014 and December 31, 2024, you may be eligible. You must also have experienced at least one unintended Siri activation during a private conversation. Importantly, you need to be a U.S. resident or living in U.S. territories at the time. Eligible devices include any Siri-enabled Apple product: iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, MacBook, iMac, HomePod, iPod Touch, or Apple TV. If you had Siri turned on one of these devices, you could file a claim. Each valid claim will pay up to $20 per device. You can claim for up to 5 devices, so a maximum of $100. Keep in mind this amount is prorated. If many people claim, you might get less than $20 per device. Apple will pay the $95 million total into a settlement fund, and your individual payout will depend on how many valid claims are filed to receive a payout. You must submit a claim form under oath by the deadline. Approved payment methods include a physical check, electronic check, or direct deposit. To file your claim, confirm eligibility. Make sure you had a Siri-enabled Apple device in the U.S. between September 17, 2014 and December 31, 2024, and that Siri was on. You should have experienced at least one accidental Hey Siri activation during a private conversation. Gather info. You may need details about your device's model and serial number, and dates of any incident. Visit the official claim site. Go to the Lopez Voice Assistant Settlement website, opening parenthesis LUPS voiceassistantsettlement.com. This is the official site to submit your claim. Get your claim code if Apple sent you an email or mail notice. It might include a claim ID and confirmation code. Use these when prompted. If you didn't receive a code, no worries. Just start a new claim on the site. Complete the claim form. Fill in your personal info and answer questions about your device's. You must attest under penalty of perjury that you own the devices in the U.S., enabled Siri, and had an unintended Siri activation during a private conversation. Submit by the deadline. Choose your payout.